On June 14th, 2013, Naughty Dog released a game that would change the way that we look at story-driven games forever. They captivated us with the story of Joel and Ellie, a father in need of a daughter and a little girl in need of a father. Together, they grew, fought, and struggled amidst the zombie apocalypse, but also amidst a moral gray area. And now, almost 7 years later to the day, on June 9th, 2020, Naughty Dog released a game attempting to outdo itself. A game so amazing that it would outshine The Last of Us 1. After years of waiting, they delivered to us the world's greatest golf simulator.
Joel, please get up!
Wow. Look at that swing. That's right. I'm Good Old Mal, and if you haven't figured it out yet, this is your too long didn't play for The Last of Us Part 2! You might get mad about this one. So the story of The Last of Us 2 really starts a couple months before the release of the game. In May, some massive leaks for the game surfaced on the internet like a turd in a public pool. These stinky leaks revealed some less than desirable plot points about the game. Before you knew it, everyone had their opinion about the game and it hadn't even come out yet. Which is like exactly what a game designer wants, is for people to like already have decided that they love or hate the game before they played it. That's what you want, right? Yeah. Wrong! Within an hour, 60 minutes of the game being released, it was being bombed on the internet with 0 ratings from people who couldn't even have finished the storyline by then. And then the keyboard trolls and the neckbeards crawled out of their mother's basements and did what they always do when they feel slighted and need to be heard. They all come together and enter into respectful discourses with the goal of building bridges and coming to mutual understandings, while prioritizing non-offensive criticisms of the source material, and certainly never personally attacking the creators of said content. No, I'm fucking with you. They started sending death threats to game designers and voice actors. And now, just a few months later, the game is polarizing everywhere you look. So, let's take a look at what made this game such a bag of bees. The gameplay in The Last of Us 2 is a lot like The Last of Us 1. It's made up of a few parts: puzzles, exploration, zombies, and fucking murder! So, I'm what scientific experts typically refer to as a fucking idiot. So, puzzles and exploration really aren't my forte. In most games, even the simplest puzzles can stump me for a lot longer than they should. What are you gonna do? And the weird multiple path system that's found in The Last of Us 2 and other games like it is like my fucking kryptonite. I either need Breath of the Wild open world or Crash fucking Bandicoot. Depending on the difficulty, the resource system can be pretty stressful, but where the game really shines is the fucking murder. I never thought I would say in a zombie game the best part of combat was not killing the zombies, but running around as Ellie and remorselessly murdering all of the other faction members is like so satisfying. The takedown animations are great, the AI is really well built out, and I really love that you can approach a situation any way that you want to. Creativity is like actually rewarded in this game, and that is a novelty these days. But all that being said, Naughty Dog is a AAA company, and I would expect them to know how to make fun gameplay by this point. But let's be real, no one is here to hear about the gameplay of this game. The world is ending because of the storyline. So let's fucking talk about it. So up until now, there have been like spoiler sprinkles. Now comes the time for the spoiler hurricane. You've been warned. So, in case you're new here, The Last of Us 1 was about a guy named Joel who killed people and his adopted zombie-proof daughter. At the end of The Last of Us 1, our altruistic, wonderful, loving hero Joel kills the doctor that's going to kill Ellie because he's trying to use Ellie's body to create a cure for the zombie apocalypse and save mankind. The Last of Us 2 leaps ahead in time. Now you're playing as Ellie as she embarks on a bloodthirsty crusade to avenge Joel, who was murdered by the daughter of the doctor he killed in the first game. The daughter's name is Abby. And so, this is the game. You run around as Ellie and her lesbian girlfriend, and you avenge Joel. Until you don't. You see, about 3 days into Ellie's murder hobo rampage, the perspective of the game switches. And it makes you play as Satan herself, Abby. Oh no! How could you, Naughty Dog? What were you thinking? You couldn't possibly be trying to tell a morally ambiguous story where we come to understand that there isn't a strict hero or villain. You couldn't possibly be trying to tell a story where the character that we play as, that we love, is morally ambiguous. You couldn't possibly be trying to tell a story where the character that we play as isn't morally just. That's ridiculous. What would make you think that we would enjoy a morally complex storyline with a morally great character? Oh. That's right. Guys, the storyline of The Last of Us 2 is fucking incredible. I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was really fucking good. Let me explain. The plot of The Last of Us 2 was risky and by no means perfect, like I said. The plot is non-chronological and it jumps between viewpoints, which makes it very difficult to tell a cohesive story. And because of this, at times, the pacing of the game suffers. For example, very early in the game, we're forced to witness the death of Joel, which is very heavy. And then, the next several hours of the game are sort of just like a parade of Ellie and her girlfriend through Seattle. What I'm saying is, The Last of Us 2 doesn't always get things right, but usually it does. It's not a two-dimensional black and white story about revenge. It's a well thought out, well written character drama warning about the dangers of what happens when you let revenge consume you. It's not supposed to be an easy to swallow story, and if it had a nice happy ending, it would undermine the message that Naughty Dog is trying to get across. Imagine if in The Last of Us 1, right before Joel was gonna shoot the doctor's like, wait a second. There's actually a way I can cure all of mankind and keep Ellie alive. And then they all went at a fucking picnic afterwards. It wouldn't make sense, and it would have ruined the game. But I don't see people sending death threats about The Last of Us 1, so... The Last of Us 2 does an incredible job of showing you that Abby and Ellie are the same. They are both grief-stricken daughters, struggling with revenge and forgiveness, whom both come to the understanding that their selfish quests will result in them losing everything that they still hold dear. And Naughty Dog did a pretty amazing job imparting those emotions of grief and sadness and frustration and eventual forgiveness onto us, the players. You want to know why everyone was so pissed when Joel died? Because Naughty Dog did their job well. They told the story well. You wanna know why so many people were frustrated that they couldn't kill Abby at the end? It's because Ellie was frustrated she couldn't kill Abby at the end. It's not supposed to be an easy emotion. But that's probably why there's so many butthurt nerds waging war on the internet right now. This game has turned the internet into a polarized mess. You genuinely either love it or you hate it. But no matter how much you dislike something, death threats are never the play. The developers are receiving death threats. Laura Bailey, the actress who plays Abby, is receiving death threats. Even YouTubers who are coming to the game's defense are now seeing their unfair share of bullying and harassment. Which, if you don't like my opinion, all of my social media is down there in the description. So, let me know. I'm with the bullshit. But in all seriousness, it is never okay to threaten someone's life because you disagree with them. And if you're one of those people on the internet who's on the warpath because you were forced to play as a character you didn't like, or you didn't get to finish Abby in the end, consider replaying the game, because I think you missed the point. Maybe you should let go of your prideful, immature, angry crusade on the internet and try to come to a place of understanding, or hold on to your grudge and let it destroy you. Take that long, quiet walk back to your empty cabin where your self-inflicted wounds won't even allow you to soothe yourself from the ocean of pain that you yourself plunged into. But that's all I got for you guys. I'm Good Old Mile. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you go down there and hit that subscribe button, we're growing super fast and we'd love for you to come and join us at our lunch table. If you disagreed with what I said and you have your own feelings about the game, that's fair, but I'd love to hear them down there in the comments. But until the next video, take care of yourselves. Peace.